Okay. Hello everyone. Good day, good night, whatever. Okay. So first off, this is a completely unscripted video. So if you prefer to hear something a bit more, I don't know, organized or whatever, that's just a warning. Okay, so this video is totally not an objective video as well. This is totally about my own likes or preferences when it comes to listening to YouTubers, or specifically One Piece content creators on YouTube. I think I've been following, I've been in this space as far as a fan from about, I'm not sure, I think about 2019 probably, 2019 or 2020, somewhere there, that I've been following along with a lot of these guys here. And so there are 17 channels that will be in this tier maker list. First off, it's titled One Piece YouTuber tier list. One Piece YouTuber or YouTubers. I guess I probably should rename this to YouTubers, whatever. Anyway, the qualification for this list is pretty simple. I have to watch multiple videos or somehow see or hear you in multiple different content, or videos or features or collaborations or whatever. So therefore I came upon 17 names. I believe 16 of these are guys, aka males, and one female. Okay. And I said this is not an objective list, meaning this is just me. This is totally about my preferences, and that's the reason why I have decided to go with only 3 letters in this tier: A, B, and C. Randy Troy gets chosen first. Okay, so Randy Troy, my first impression on Randy Troy was that he seems knowledgeable of whatever he is saying and so on. I would be lying if I said that I was, wowed or moved in my initial impression of him. I remember having a discussion on Facebook shortly after, and his name came up from another person that I was speaking to on Facebook as one of their favorite One Piece YouTubers, and I was like, he's okay, but I don't really like his delivery. It seems a bit too muted, too laid back in a sense, and but honestly, his content has grown on me since then. So even though I wasn't that impressed with his delivery, not what he knows, not what he says, but how he brings it across, I think it's a little bit probably too much on the cool side initially, but the more I've watched him, the more I realize that he is actually, his style is unique, and I gotta give him a lot of credit for that, at least. And one of the most unique aspects of his channel, I would say, was him giving updates about different things relating to One Piece, not necessarily just the anime or the manga, but the live action news in particular. So yeah, and another thing I appreciate about his channel is the fact that he separates the timeline into chapters. I do think that it can be a little bit excessive. He at times would probably have like a dozen or more different sections or chapters on the timeline. I'm gonna put Randy Troy in the B tier. Okay, let's go again, and boom, BDA Law is next, aka Brago. Okay, so he's one of the juggernauts in the One Piece anime community, I believe, or YouTuber community. Matter of fact, I think that if this was a list, if this was an objective list about who I think are, based on perception, based on their, work rate or whatever, who do I think are the top 5 One Piece anime YouTuber? I think that Brago might be in the top 5. He might be in it. Like if I'm going just off of that, right? I think that Brago, King of Lightning, Grand Line Review, Tekking, I think those 4 would be in the top 5. If I'm just making an objective list on, popularity, ratings, content, work rate, all of that stuff. Okay. However, he's actually an interesting channel, to say the least. What was my initial reaction like when I first watched? I don't remember the first video. As a matter of fact, I don't think I remember any what the first video of any of these creators were. What was the first video that I saw them do? I do not remember that at all. But okay, here's let me just talk about the issue that I have with his channel in particular. He tries to be a bit too politically correct. I'm not sure if that's the right phrase to use, but what I mean by that is that he has a tendency of saying one thing, but then in the same sentence or paragraph or the same video, he says something else that goes directly against that. And at times I feel like he tries to satisfy every different section of his fan base or of the community overall. Yeah, so that's it. Well, I think I've stayed on this long enough. We gotta move on. Okay, so for BDA Law, I am going to put him. Yeah, so I would say that Brago. Where would I put him? For now, I'm gonna go with B. I'm gonna go with another B tier for Brago. How would I arrange him? Ahead of Randy Troy or below? Okay, let's go here. Let's see. Okay, the next one. Boom! Anime Uproar. Okay, Anime Uproar, I believe, is the most popular channel in terms of subscribers. Over 1 million, if my memory is correct. I haven't watched a lot of videos from Anime Uproar, but I'd say that my initial reaction I wasn't that impressed overall, and As I said, I haven't been familiar with Anime Uproar as much as, some other channels on this list, including the previous two that I spoke about. But I would say that he tends to have quote unquote clickbait titles to a certain extent, and he seems more like a theory channel, and one thing that I will say, or that I would point out, is that, like, at first I didn't really have an issue, but as time went on, I think I have. My main issue with theory channels is, like, making theories for the sake of making theories, which isn't necessarily what Anime Uproar does. So yeah, I'm not that familiar with Anime Uproar. I've only checked out a few videos. Does seemingly have misleading titles. Does tend to state things as fact when they're honestly not, or not as yet. So for now, I would put Anime Uproar in the C tier for now. Okay, so continuing on this list here, another random mouse circling. Okay, I'm the King, aka Zach. Right, okay, so I discovered this channel a bit late compared to some others, but I would say that if I was assigning subscribers based on whether I go by a subjective route or an objective route, I think that this guy and this channel would be in the hundreds of thousands, which it's not currently. Unlike a lot of other YouTubers on this list, Zach actually responds to what you're saying, and I'm not just talking about in the chat whenever he's doing streams, but I'm talking like in the comment section. He has found an interesting balance to bring across his ideas. Plus, he usually structures his videos. That's something that I appreciate a lot. 100%. I am totally for assigning chapters and sections to your YouTube videos. Not everyone on this list does that, right? And it can be annoying when you want to get to a certain part of the video. You have to be, fast forwarding, like back in the old days when you had a DVD player or whatever. You have to be fast forwarding rather than just skip, rather than just go straight to the matter of fact, I might even have to go back further than DVD players for that. That sounds more like the video cassette era, where they're forcing you to fast forward and rewind and all that shit. So I'm glad that he's one of the guys that they give you chapters on the timelines almost all the time, so you can go directly to where you want. But his videos are all usually so entertaining that you might as well just watch most of it. Right. I do have a statement that I'm going to make at the end of this, right, that might surprise some of you. Maybe not. And it would be, for me personally, overall, how do I feel about the community and so on. That would be left for the end of the video. But for now, I'm the King. Entertaining channel, diverse channel. I like he has charisma, all of that. Where would I rank it? A, B, or C? Okay, I would say it's definitely not C. I think it's A. For now, I'm gonna put him in A because we gotta keep this moving. Let's see. Joyboy theories. Okay, one of the long-standing, long-lasting, long-running, one of the ongoing series, or in terms of the One Piece content creator community. I've been hearing about JB from before I even understood what my peers were talking about. I remembered, I think it was 2016 or something, when I was in a WhatsApp group chat, and the guys in there were talking about a bunch of stuff, and they said, Joyboy theories sound like they like what he's saying, and so on and so forth. I never really internalized it that much until, of course, years later when I started following the channels a bit more. So I do believe he's been around a long time. I don't know how long exactly, but he's compared to the other channels in this group, he would be one of the the older ones, I guess. BDLO as well as some that I haven't gotten to as yet. Okay, so I think I initially I don't remember how I first came across the channel, which is probably gonna be an ongoing thing that I repeat more times before this video is done. But what I will say though is, I think that it's well, obviously it's a theory channel, right? And since I've been watching his videos, he doesn't do a lot of stuff outside of chapter reviews, right? When he theorizes stuff, he seems to genuinely believe it will happen, and then when it doesn't happen, even though sometimes he'll say, it doesn't matter if this is right or wrong, that kind of, it feels, I might be wrong, but it feels like his rating or appreciation for whatever happens lessens. If what happens is lower than what he expected, his appreciation decreases afterwards. If it's higher, then he likes it. He gives it more credit and so on. I feel like a B tier for now. Moving on. Okay, another random selection. Mr. Morj. Okay, Morj. Okay, I think Morj was one of the first channels that I started following. One of the first channels that I started following. He analyzes past events in the story, or past writing styles in the story, to try and deduce what's going to happen, which at times it works at times, right? But I don't think that his method would work that well for a more eccentric type of storytelling, because you can't use a past system and try to say that, okay, this is going to be a future system, because the truly, wild creators like, there's Oda, there's I guess J.R.R. Tolkien. You can throw George R.R. Martin in there as well, and Hiro Mashima's Rave Master. When not when he was writing Fairy Tail, because that just I don't even want to get into that. But Hiro Mashima, when he was writing, when he was doing Rave Master, that's another one. Those type of creators, those type of works, you can't use a past system. Well, you can at times, but you can't live and die by a past, by believing that a style that happened in the past is going to happen in the future, which led to the epic failure of the raid will fail theory. But and just what I said before about Zach and the chapters, that's probably my biggest issue with the Morj channel, right? He hardly gives you chapter segments, so you either have to, I don't know, watch the whole video or fast forward or rewind or, pass on it or whatever, I don't know. So that's another issue. He does tend to fall into a similar trap as Joyboy theories at times, where a theory that you have going a different route, and if you don't instantly feel it's a better route than what you had in mind, you start to devalue or downgrade what happened. But overall, I think he's okay. Where would I put him exactly? Over Joyboy theories, I think, right here for now. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Grand Line review. Okay, so if you don't realize that Anime Uproar exists, which I didn't until I think this year actually, right? But Grand Line Review would be the channel that you pretty much recognize as the most popular channel. Funny enough, when I started following these channels, he had less. I think he was number 2 behind Tekking, and he was like a decent margin behind Tekking 101. Like, I think Tekking at the time had like almost 600,000. When I started following the channel, I think Tekking had almost 600,000 subscribers, and Grand Line Review, aka Liam, had maybe around 400,000 or less. In case you haven't figured this out already, I enjoy the channels more that doesn't seem like they're robotic or programmed that much, because I am naturally a creative person overall, so I don't really I don't have a whole lot of appreciation for something that's just 100% programmed, scripted, and all of that. And Liam has come out and said that he scripts pretty much all his videos are scripted, because he doesn't trust himself to be that innovative on the spot. So a lot of his videos are scripted, and you might say, hey, that's no big deal. How does that stop you from enjoying what happens? But here's the thing: the longer in my opinion, right, the longer you watch his videos, the longer you follow the channel, things start to get predictable. I don't really like when I can predict what you're gonna say. It just feels weird to me, and less entertaining as well. But I like the fact that he tries to keep. Oh, that's another thing though. His videos are all a fixed time, which which I guess is a good strategy, but then you can't really be as eccentric or creative or innovative if all of your content is the same time limit, right? So that's my issue with this channel. But yeah, overall it's good. I would put it in the B tier. Right now I would put it above Randy Troy for now. Okay, so the last random selection that I'm gonna do is what? Oh, Roger's Space. Okay, Roger's Space, one of the more diverse channels here. One of the older channels as well. Roger is pretty much, based on how I view him as like the kind of like the CEO of the One Piece community, in a sense, where he's really good when it comes to bringing people together, hosting different events and so on, and he seems like a genuinely nice guy. And one thing what I like about him is in his streams he's not afraid to say something knowing that it's going to piss some people off, but he does a lot of different things on his channel, which is a lot like what I am in the process of doing right now, because I'm not someone that I don't believe that I could just talk about One Piece or for one thing every single day or every single week even, right? I don't think that I can do that. I have a lot of different interests, a lot of things that I like. I love One Piece. I believe it's the best story ever told, but at the same time I wouldn't want to dedicate all of my hours doing nothing on a YouTube channel other than One Piece stuff. So credit to him for doing that and for proving that you can actually be successful doing that. So early on, if I did this tier earlier, like maybe a year or two ago, he'll rank higher than I would put him right now. But I'm gonna put him in the B tier. Below Joyboy for now. Okay, so now we can go in order. Okay, this I believe is 333 VIL, or as Grand Lion first said when he first became aware, evil. Imagine a police officer or a detective or whatever finds evidence, right, to say John is the killer, right? John gets locked up. Then that same police finds some more evidence, right? Nothing new happened, right? No. He just simply went back to the same spot, and now the new evidence says no. Tim is the killer. Tim gets locked up. Then he goes back to the same spot again and says no. Barry is the killer because of this, that, and whatever. It seems it just becomes it's really irritating at that point in time, right? Like last year, if you ask me like what do I think was the best small channel quote unquote, I would probably say this was the best small channel, and by small channel I mean less than 100,000 subscribers. I would say this was well. I wouldn't say it was the best because there's another channel that I'm going to mention. I would probably say this was the second best channel out of all small channels last year that I was aware of. But now, that's not quite how I feel right now, because that is my only issue. Like, it's fine if you make a theory, right? If you make a theory supporting something, and then other evidence comes about in the story, like later on, it's fine to change that old outdated video and so on. But like, if you continuously like use old evidence to pretty much rehash a same theory about what power a character has, what power they're going to get, something along those lines, it kind of becomes I don't know, I'm just not a fan of that. For now I'm gonna put Evil in C below Anime Oppo, right? Not sure if that's where he's gonna ABD. Okay, this I believe is a channel run by two guys. I might be mistaken, but Anime Balls Deep is the name. They're the only ones that got the True Devil Fruit name of Luffy correct, I believe. Before. They're entertaining overall. They're energetic. They're charismatic and all that. But I think that they're kind of the extreme of everything that I just said. Like, especially the first dude. I don't know what the first guy's name is. I don't know what either of their names is actually. But the first guy, the guy that usually does the first half of the video, he is a bit too, I don't know, it feels like he's trying to sell us, or to sell me One Piece. Like, that's how he sounds. Like, like when you're walking down the street, well, I don't know what country you guys are in or listening from, but walking down the street and you stop to look at something, and then the vendor is there haggling you, say, buy this, look at this, blah 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 blah, right? That's how ABD comes across a lot of times. And then when the second guy comes in, I'm not sure why they haven't noticed this. Maybe they have, but months ago when I was following the channel, there is the audio level drops a bit when the second guy comes in, or it's not the same as the first. So that's another issue for me personally. And the intro, I literally don't know what the heck he is saying in the intro when they're announcing the balls deep whatever, right? That's the only part of it I get, right? Balls deep, that's all that he says. A bunch of stuff before that, I don't know, I got no clue. And as I said, that was one of the reasons that I lost my likeness for the channel after a while, because it's a little bit too overzealous, too loud, not really the pronunciation as well is kind of throwing me off at times, so that's an issue. I won't dwell on this too much. They're one of the more popular channels, but I won't dwell on this too much. ABD, I would put them in the C tier. Yeah, drop it behind Evil for now. Okay, we're here. JD Legend. I'm gonna do things a bit different when I'm talking about this channel. I'm gonna point out the cons or the issues first, right? Because I have a suspicion on where this channel will end up ranking in this video, right? I have a suspicion, but let's just get into my issue. My issue with this channel is that it doesn't, for whatever reason, it's not growing fast enough. It's not growing fast enough. Like channels like Grand Line Review, Ohara is probably the one that I'm most aware of, because he was a small channel, totally revamped. Then a year, he pretty much, I think, doubled the amount of subscribers that he got, from like less than 100,000 to well over 300,000. Did look like he was on the verge of overtaking Grand Line Review until he slowed down. But anyway, that's for Ohara. The reason why I brought that up is because in that same timeline, I think Jay moved probably from like 10k to like 30k. Like so I just feel like, based on the personality that he has, based on the content that he's putting out, I feel like this guy should be clearing 100,000 subs a year. Honestly, at least that. He's hilarious, to put it simply. He's hilarious, he's entertaining, and I think that his reaction videos are probably the best reaction videos overall, because he's gonna be there reading, he's gonna be responding to the chat, like, and he actually speaks to the chat like they're literally right there sitting next to him, right? Like you're literally having a discussion with your friends, or you know, you say something, you say something that they think is stupid, they shoot back, you fire back at them, and all that. So the back and forth is entertaining as heck. So yeah, JD for me, one of the best, one of my personal favorite One Piece YouTubers. The best in my opinion when it comes to reaction videos, right? Outright number one when it comes to reaction. And I don't think it's close either. When it comes to reaction, he's number one in my opinion, and I don't think it's close, right? Either way, from that you can probably guess where I'm going to put him. I'm going to put him in the A tier, above, ahead of I'm the King. Now we're with Joygirl, the only female on this list, and that is because this list is about channels that I have watched, whether partially or wholly, videos, more than one video basically, right? So I haven't seen a lot of Joygirl's videos, but it was refreshing to get a female content creator in the community. I think that she has a very respectable approach, or you know, she is very respectful in what she says, how she brings across, whatever, right? And I think that she has a good sense of humor as well. She's overall she's nice, right? Nice, polite, which is something that you know, where I'm from right now, guys are probably wishing that the girls around here were like that. But before I stray too much off topic, right? You know, that's, let's just leave it at that. I think that she's okay. The accent for me takes a bit to get used to, right? But apart from that, I don't have any major issues. I haven't watched enough of her videos, I think, to probably, you know, razor higher than some people might want. But overall, I would put, where would I put her? I'll put her at B, behind Roger's base for now. I'm not sure if he's the longest channel. I think that it's either him or Tekking that have been doing this the longest, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's between him, Tekking, and Roger's base, maybe. Maybe Joyboy theories too. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm not sure. But either way, this guy, in my opinion, should already have 1 million subscribers. Like, I'm not sure why exactly. I'm not sure what he's doing or not doing in regards to why the channel is still... It's not even... the last time I checked, it was probably in the 200,000s. That's too low, right? For this many years, why the hell doesn't he have even, 500,000 subs? That is just that's just weird, right? Like, he has other channels, but his main channel isn't at the amount that I think that it should be. He is one of the funniest guys. I think that he is out of everyone on this list, I think that comedy wise, there are like 3 guys that I would put as the funniest One Piece YouTubers, right? I mentioned JD Legend already. I'm mentioning King of Lightning right now. Tekking 101, who is seemingly last on this list. He's another one. Like, those guys are like, they are top tier comedians, at least for One Piece YouTubers standard, in my opinion, right? Really entertaining. One of the best reactors. Like, as a matter of fact, in terms of overall reaction, he's probably the best one. But I just feel that JD is better when it comes to just One Piece, directly One Piece reaction videos. But Cole is a GOAT in the game, right? So I would put him. I'd have to put him ahead of JD Legend because he has a more consistent release strategy, release pattern than Jay. So yeah, Cole is currently at the top of the list, and we're gonna go straight to Ohara. Okay. At one point, it did look like Ohara was gonna overtake Grand Line Review. In short time, right? I think it was leading up to the time that he did the One Piece theory video. I think it's the best, the most popular, the most viewed One Piece video ever, if I'm not mistaken. But leading up to that, the year leading up to that, or the year surrounding that, he made huge, like massive growth. Like, he revamped his channel, because at first he was only doing manga chapter reviews. He revamped the channel, started doing a different assortment of content in anime overall, and of course still One Piece stuff here and there. And the channel shot through the roof. He's entertaining. One thing that I like about his channel is that he literally knows Japanese, right? He literally knows Japanese. So when he doesn't do chapter reviews as much nowadays, but when he is giving his opinion about the numbers and so on, I believe it more, or I understand that it takes it like a half a step further than other content creators in the community, because he knows the actual language without it being translated and some things being misunderstood or whatever. So I like that. I like the entertainment. I like the background music more often than not that he has in his videos. There was a time, right? I don't know if that's still the case, but there was a time that it came across like he was just doing theory videos for the sake of doing theory videos. But that aside, I guess my only issue would be the camera cuts. When he was making the rapid growth, I'd probably put him in the top, but that aside, I would put Ohara in the B tier over I'd probably put him behind Morj for now. Yeah. Okay, Parvision. Parvision is one of the new guys. I mentioned earlier, I think, who was it? I said that the most elaborate response I got was from Zach. But now I remember that Parvision, well, I'm the king. But now I remember that Parvision also gave me an elaborate response, either once or twice, in a YouTube comment section. So he does that as well. I think Randy Troy does comment as well. But yeah, those are probably the only guys in this list here that I can confirm to not have a problem with responding. I think I got a one-line response from Bravo at one point, but for the most part, these guys, they don't really interact that much with the comment section in YouTube, which is kind of a shame. A lot of these guys, I truly wish that they would respond more to what, because they're saying leave your thoughts in the comment section below, but they're not reading it, and if they read it, they either ignore it completely, or they probably give it a heart or like or whatever, and that's it. Like there's not much back and forth. So that's one of the things that I like about Parvision, about I'm the King, and about who else? Randy Troy at times, right? Those guys. Everyone else on this list, they're not gonna reply to you. They're not gonna reply to you, and they might not even, interact at all, right? So credit to Parvision. I'm not sure how long he's gonna be doing that. His channel is growing. He's one of the rising stars. I watched a video recently, a collab with him and Randy Troy. Randy pretty much called him one of the supernova, which I 100% agree with. He has a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas. As a writer myself, right? As a writer, there's a lot of what he says about One Piece, about the elemental haki, for example, and a bunch of other things. A lot of what he actually says, if I was the one writing One Piece, I would actually. A lot of what he says are things that I believe will happen in One Piece if I was the writer. Not necessarily thinking about it from Oda's perspective, right? But if I personally, me, Diego, was the one writing One Piece, some of what Parvision says would be things that I would either put in the story or set up to be in the story at some point. I feel like it's a B tier. I'm gonna put it behind Grand Line Review for now. I'm not sure if that's where it's gonna stay. But let's move on to Synsei Inc. Okay. So, Synsei Inc. He sounds like a cool dude. I've never seen his face in any of his videos yet, but he sounds like a cool dude. I'm guessing he's a black guy. I don't know, but that's how it sounds to me. Like he sounds he sounds cool. Like the vibe that I'm getting from him is similar to the vibe that I get from JD and King of Lightning. He does do fall into a trap that fuck it. Yeah, let's roll with that word. Let's roll. He does fall into a trap of when he's doing chapter reviews. He tends to do recap rather than just give your opinion on what happened, right? But that aside, his channel is actually doing something right now that I like a lot, and that is the discussion videos. The discussion videos, like when he made the decision to do that, I'm not sure when exactly, but when he started to do that consistently, to record whatever discussion he's having in Discord or wherever with the other guys, I think it was an excellent choice. It was an excellent choice. It's unique within the community. It's entertaining as hell. But I love the discussions that he has on his channel. They are unlike any other. The discussion that he has on a regular basis are pretty much similar to what you get from collaboration videos, like when Cole would team up with Bravo, or when Randy Troy would have someone cool on his Theory for Theory videos and so on. But anyway, I would put Synsei Inc. I think I'm gonna put him in the B tier. For now, I'm gonna put him ahead of Grand Line Review. Tekking 101, one of the first channels yeah, it's one of the first One Piece channels that I started following. I honestly don't remember what the actual first channel is, but this is one of the first ones, I think. He is... Well, I've said it already that he's one of the funniest guys on this list. And he is pretty much like... He's a good freestyler. He's a good freestyler. He's someone that I think that when it comes to like going on tangents, or shall I say like if he's recording and then something comes to his head, I think he's the best at elaborating on that thing that comes to his mind, right? I think that he's like Tekking. He seems to be the type of person that you can just call up and probably talk about some random event, or some, you can just call him at any time and talk about something for like hours, and he'll probably be the one leading the conversation, right? And it's not like it's planned or anything. Like the vibe that I get from him watching his videos, it's similar to the vibe that I get from a couple of my friends. one's a guy, one's a girl, but basically I can just, on occasion, I haven't been doing that much, but back when I conversed more often, like they could just call me anytime of the night, anytime of the morning or the day or whatever, or I could call them and we could just talk for literally hours. Either me and the guy or me and my female friend would just talk for like literally hours about a bunch of random stuff. And then when the call ends, we're like, oh shit, I wanted to say this or whatever, right? I get that vibe from watching Tekking's video. He seems like I don't know, a YouTuber. And when I say that, I mean like whether you're a fan or you're a content creator, like I haven't come across anyone that dislikes Tekking 101 or his content overall. I've never come across that as yet, right? He just seems like and you can tell he's not trying to be nice, right? He's just being himself, and it comes across as, natural, as nice, as energetic, and so on and so forth. So if I'm ranking these, Tekking for me would be in the A tier. He'd be in the A tier. So yeah. Okay, so now we have all 17 One Piece YouTubers in the tier, but we need to arrange them. So let's start from the A's. I got King of Lightning, aka Cole. I got JD Legend, aka The Agenda, the Agenda Starter, or the Agenda Pusher. I got IMD King, aka Zach, and Tekking 101, aka Matt. Okay. How would I arrange this? I have to keep Cole at number 1. I have to keep JD at number 2. Okay. For now, I'm going to keep Zach IMD King at number 3 and the Tekking 101 at number 4. And interesting note here, out of all these guys, I have gotten a reaction from JD. I don't think I've ever gotten any interaction from King of Lightning or Tekking 101. Okay, so oddly enough, there's one YouTuber that I missed, I forgot for whatever reason to include in this video. So, but rather than going back to the start and, put in the channel's thumbnail image or whatever, that's gonna take too much time. I'll have to re-record the whole entire thing, and that plus the rendering process, especially the rendering process, the exporting process, right? That takes a hell of a long time. That could take days, honestly, and I don't really have the time for that, so I'm just going to include that YouTuber right here, and that is Sawyer 7 Mage. Now, of course, I could have just forget about it, and move on regardless, and no one would know. But I have to stay true to myself, and I have watched. The criteria for this list is, of course, channels that I have watched multiple videos from, and Sawyer 7 Mage is one of them. And the funny thing is, I didn't remember him until I see something in my newsfeed and about a video that he just released. That video actually, in my opinion, is probably the best Sawyer video ever and one of the best theory videos that I've come across. And so anyway, Sawyer 7 Mage, he usually does chapter reviews. The Break seems to have forced channels that usually only do chapter reviews to be doing, other stuff as well. So, so he does, other things every once in a while, I guess. He does seem to put a lot of effort in, researching, and also getting, at certain parts in the chapters, he would get translations from like different languages, so Spanish or Japanese in addition to the English version, and that at times helps. And the fact that he does research a lot of the underlying themes or whatever, that does give a different perspective. That does provide the watchers of his videos, does provide them with a different perspective on things. So yeah, Sawyer 7 Mage, I would put him, if I'm going just off of the last video that I saw, he would definitely be an A. That was an A tier video, A tier theory video. But overall, I am going to drop him in the B tier. Should be seeing that on screen. And yeah, and if I have to come up with an alias, I would go with The Researcher. I know it's not really, anything fancy or whatever, but, that's just it for now. So yeah. Okay, so to recap, I'm just gonna give one-line descriptions for these channels. Okay, so let's go. Descriptions. These descriptions are, just how I feel overall about the channel, but at the same time, being as respectful as I possibly can. Just finding a balance between those two things. So here we go. Load, clickbait, millionaire, any evidence, right evidence, nice, anime CEO, theories galore, politically correct, camera switches, encyclopedia, history repeats, cool mafia, daily dose, discussions plus, tangent king, checks comments, comedian agenda man, and clips unlimited. Yo, I don't know how this guy or how he manages to get all those clips, but anyway, that's it.